Hello, everybody. In this lecture, I will be explaining you about the budget, what actually budget means, why we do need to do a budget, what are the uses and implications of budget, and the classifications of budget. So, I think everybody as an individual also we try to follow a planned expenses or a planned expenditure, right? So suppose being a student also, I have always tried to manage my monthly expenses or maybe daily expenses from whatever pocket money I used to get from my parents, right? The same concept when is applied on a bigger aspect, on a larger aspect, maybe in the form of a organization or maybe in the form of an entity, then it will become a budget. So we understand that budget is all about deciding or you can say planning your future expenses or future plans in terms of quantity or in terms of money, in terms of monetary measures, right? So a financial or quantitative statement that you will be preparing, and when it gets approved by any higher authority for a definite time period, then it will form a budget. The institute defines budgetary controls as the establishment of budgets relating the responsibilities of executives to the requirement of a policy. Now, very difficult words to understand, so let me make it very simple. Whenever an organization makes a budget, to implement that budget successfully, they will always need some policies. So, to keep a check that if the budget has been implemented properly or not, if there is the execution of the budget has been maintained properly or not, right? So, for successful execution of the budget, certain policies has to be implemented. Now, always the budget will help you or help the organization to control its activities, to make it sure that whether the resources are being used properly, whether the funds that has been allotted to the departments has been used properly, right? And these activities or these executions are to be maintained or kept at a check. Otherwise, there is a possibility of failure in whatever the organization plans for the future, or the organization may fail to achieve the future targets, right? So let us take an example in another example to understand why we need to make a budget. Say suppose for example you want to go for a ocean or a sea navigation, right? And you want to reach somewhere, maybe an island or maybe at a certain place through sea. So for that, what you need to do, what you will do, you will obviously prepare the route. You will prepare the shortest possible route. You will understand from where I can go, how to navigate, where are there are least obstacles that I can face, or if there are any if there are any other sort of problems that I can face if I go through that route. So you will try to find out all the possible routes, and among all the possible alternatives you will be selecting the best possible alternatives, and you will navigate or start your journey according to the plan route that you have selected, right? So this activity that you will perform in advance, preparing your plan, preparing your route, like that will form a similar concept is can be allowed, or similarly we can also relate with the budgeting activity of the organization. Before starting any type of production or any type of project, the organization needs to design a chart, design a flow chart of all the activities that they are going to do. what will be the possible or projected cost, what will be the projected expenses that they can incur while for the successful completion of the project or successful achievement of the target, right? They also need to understand that what will be the sources that we will need, or the organization will need to complete the project on time or complete the project successfully. So all these pre-planned, all these planning is very much required. Otherwise what will happen, you will start the project all of a sudden absurdly, and you will you may get stuck in the mid of it. You will not be able to understand what are the important activities that I am supposed to do, or you may repeat the activities, and in this process of repeating the activities you may exceed the cost. You may incur some expenses which you would have avoided if you would have made the budget in advance, you would have prepared the flowchart in advance, right? So that is altogether the concept of the budget is. Budget will help you in deciding the route that you need to adopt to reach to your objective or reach to your target. It will help you to control your activities. It will help you to use your resources, whatever you have, maybe it fund, maybe it employees or your labor, human resource, in a proper efficient manner. Like that you can also increase your productivity or increase your efficiency, right? In your personal life also, if you follow a certain budget, if you follow the habit of making a budget, monthly budget, then you will be able to identify that what are the expenses that you are doing which you would have avoided, right? Unnecessary expenses sometimes we go for, sometimes we do some impulsive purchases that are not required at all, right? You went to a shop and you purchased to purchase some stationery and ultimately ended up purchasing some chips and some other stuff, right? You wasted some money. So whenever you make a budget, you develop that habit of controlling your impulses, controlling your impulse purchases. Okay, so this is how this is how the budget will also help you to control your activities, as it will also act as a controlling tool for the management also, so that they can also control their impulsive strategies. They can also control their repetition of activities or unnecessary use of their sources. Okay, so that is all about how we can define as a budget. Now if you come to the objectives of budgetary control, right, for the purpose or what is the need of making a budget. First one is obviously to lay down the activities. As I told you, you need to develop the stages, or you need to develop the flow chart, right? Which activities are to be done before, which activities are to be done later. The making of the budget or the budget itself will help you to design that flow chart. Secondly, you will be able to coordinate with the different departments properly. How? All the departments, whenever you go for a product or whenever you make a manufacturing business or you make a product, you are making a product, then not only production department is involved, many other departments are also involved. The purchase department is also involved, the manufacturing department is involved, the laborers or the HR department is also involved, finance department is also involved, because you will need some money from the finance department, right? So if there is a budget, then there will be a proper coordination between the different departments, right? How? If you want to make a production, then you will have to ask for some budget to the finance department. You will be asking for a particular number of units that you will need to manufacture that product from the finance department. So there will be a coordination. The finance department will also know what is happening, how much money I have given to the production department, or you can say the procuring department or the purchasing department, to purchase that amount of product, right? And at the simultaneously, the manufacturing or the inventory will also be aware of that this many number of units are in the store and when I need to place the reorder, right? So there will be a proper communication or a proper coordination among the different departments if condition is if there is a proper budget that has been made or that has been prepared, right? Now come to the third point, to control each function. That I am repeatedly saying from the very beginning of the lecture, that budget will help you to control your spending habits or control your activities. Sometimes we forget that whether we have done this activity or not, whether I have purchased this product or not, right? And in that hack of production, you will place a repeated order of the same product, which could have avoided if you would have made the budget, right? So budget will always help you to control your control the functions of the different departments. Now come down to the advantages of budgetary control. You can definitely say what are the advantages of budgetary control. Again, the same thing I will repeat. It will help you to control, it will increase your efficiency, it will increase the performances of the organization, it will save you money. That is always there, because when you make a budget, you know how much fund is there available with you and how much you need to spend, right? What will be, there will be a limit for all your activities, that within this much budget, within this much fund, I have to complete the product or I have to complete the project. Okay, so there is always a bar that you cannot cross. So it will help you. You will learn to use the resources very efficiently, that within this much resources, how I can achieve the target, right? There will always be be a controlling factor. A budget will help you in proper coordinating or communication among the different departments, right? So these are some of the advantages. Now obviously, if there are advantages, the other side of the coin will be there will be some disadvantages and limitations also. Now what will be the limitations? Say suppose everybody, you cannot expect everybody that they will have that knowledge or expertise of the finance, the expertise of the financial matters, that they will develop the budget themselves. Naturally, if you want to develop a budget, you will increase the cost of the organization by hiring a person, hiring maybe a CA or maybe a financial manager or a financer to make your budget. You may be end up with developing a committee or a team who will be completely focused on making your budget. Okay, so this will again increase the cost of the organization. This will be the limitation. And sometimes what happens when we become successful, when we get success in our projects, then we get overconfidence and we say that there is no need of making the budget, we can do the activities on our own and we'll definitely get success on the basis of our experience. Then again we are losing on that front. So these are some of the limitations of making a budget or developing a budget. Right, now the classification of the budget, how you can classify the budget. There are three main points of classification of a budget. A budget can be classified on the basis of the time factor. A budget can be classified on the basis of its functions, and the budget can be classified on the basis of its characteristics, right? So first one is classification of budget on the basis of time. A budget can be of a long-term budget. A long-term budget will always be more than 5 years. 5 to 10 years will range between 5 to 10 years. A long-term budget, right? A short-term budget could be of 1 or 2 years, and a very short-term budget will be of 1 month or that current period. Right. Now that current period, concept of the current period is very much subjective. It depends upon the organization that what could be the current period. Many organizations consider the quarter as their current period. Many organizations consider the ongoing month as their current period. Okay, so that will differ from organization to organization. Now comes the classification of budget on the basis of the function. Now when it comes to function means sales function. When it comes down to the sales function, the organization will develop a budget regarding how much fund is required in advertising and promotion, how much fund expenses is going to be done on training the salesperson, right, providing them conveyance or commissions, right. So all these are will be the budget of the sales department, or known as the sales budget. It will also include the target of the sales also, that by these expenditures we are expecting or projected sales will be this much, right, a certain percentage or a certain figure. So that will be considered as a sales budget. Similarly, you can go for labor budget, you can go for material cost budget, you can go for HR department budget. HR department budget will will include how many number of employees they need to hire, how much will be the cost on their training if they needs to be trained for certain specific activities or certain specific skills. Production budget, what will be the cost of the production if they conduct the certain number of units. Okay, so these are all the expenditures or the different budgets of the different functions or different departments. When all these departments, when all these functions budgets come to a or accumulated at one place, then it becomes the master budget. Right, this thing happens with our country also when the budget is passed in other houses. The Ministry of Defense will prepare a separate budget. The Ministry of Roads and Transportations will prepare a separate budget. Ministry of Education will prepare a separate budget. That these are the amount of funds that are required, and if we plan to do these are the following futuristic developments, right, or futuristic investments. Okay, so when all these budgets are accumulated, they will form the master budget, or they will form the union budget, as whatever by the name we call it, and it will be definitely going to be approved by the authorities. Has to be passed in the houses. So that is the classifications of the budget. Now the third part is left. Third part of classification is the classification according to its flexibility. Now either the budget has to be fixed or the budget has to be flexible. Now, what is the concept? What is the difference between fixed budget and the flexible budget? Fixed budgets, when the amount is fixed. This is the amount that has been given to you. For example, 10 lakh rupees is given to you. This is the budget, and you have to incur all your production expenses or whatever be the expenses you do, but you will not be crossing the limit. That is fixed. That amount of budget is fixed. Okay, if you cross the limit of that budget, that if you cross the fixed amount of that budget, it will go to the deficit account. Okay, now in flexible budget, there will be a range, right? It will be flexible, that you can, your expenses will be from, this is the lower limit and this is the higher limit. Maybe suppose say from 5 lakh to 10 lakh. That is your budget. Now you will have to all conduct or incur all the expenses. You will have to plan all your activities accordingly, so that you should not be crossing the higher limit of the budget. Your expenses and your activities should be within that limit or within that range of 5 lakh to 10 lakh. Right. So these are the classifications of the budget. In this lecture we have understood what the budget is, what are the objectives and purpose of the budget, advantages and limitations, and the classifications of the budget. Okay, hope you have understood the session, understood the lecture. Like, share and subscribe, and please do be safe at your home. See you later. Thank you.